Capricorn, this is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Cappy, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And for the cross watchers, if you guys enjoy this, you can give me a like, share, comment. And if you are new to the channel, on this channel, I do like to integrate, universal law, manifesting, the law of assumption, consciousness in with my tarot and my channeling. I look into your situation with a specific person in love, a person on your mind, and I actually teach you some principles and how you can actually shift your focus in order to shift a result or an outcome should you wish to. So if that is your bag, then you can stick with me. And so guys, I'm going to do a check-in, my usual check-in, like a person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? And a projected potential. And the reason why I say that is all potentials exist. Universal law of assumption. Creation is finished, everything exists all at once, everyone is you pushed out, your desires are meant for you, you can have a different version of a person or anyone that you want. All it requires, if you would like change, is a shift in your state, your identity, the version of Capricorn that you're being, and a selection of new thoughts, beliefs, assumptions pushed out in relation to said specific person. And the circumstances and conditions don't matter, they move with you. So just sort of detaching from them, okay? So let's have a look. The person on your mind, Capricorn, I just saw the Chariot card on the bottom of the deck. It could be someone where there's a distance factor, or there's a need to travel to one another or something like that. Travel or distance could be a factor, even a car ride. I mean, the Two of Swords is there and it's in the reverse that I saw. So there's a need to sort of come unstuck. So maybe this goes a bit stagnant. It also could just be about perseverance and moving out of stuck energy. I mean, that can be indecision as well, Capricorn, with that Two of Swords. So let's have a look. We've got 10 of Pentacles, we've got Hierophant card, Capricorn, and we've got 4 of Cups in the reverse. Great, Capricorn. So there's something about wanting to release this level of maybe disappointment, and that might have something to do with indecision or stuck energy, but this is quite nice. I mean, Hierophant card, 10 of Pentacles, focus on commitment, traditional values, house and home. The stagnancy, either some of you are dealing with Chariot card, distance, travel, that kind of a thing. And that might have caused, a feeling of disappointment, indecision. How's this going to work? Especially when 10 of Pentacles can be about literally house and home and planning for the future and living together and all that kind of stuff. Hierophant card's nice. 4 of Cups in reverse, getting out of that energy. Queen of Swords in the reverse, Capricorn, Chariot card had to come out. So, channeled it. This is perseverance, moving towards, maybe the future vision, okay? Cancer energy, Taurus energy. We've got a Queen of Swords in the reverse here. Some of you, maybe there is a little bit of a disappointment. Queen of Swords in the reverse doesn't like to take any shit. So you might have had in the recent perceived past, guys, and if you follow me, or if you've followed me for a while, you'll know why I say perceived past. Anyone that's tuned in that's new, I say perceived past because, as I pointed out, like a perception a moment ago, which shifting moment by moment, but what you have experienced with this particular version, it looks like maybe there's been an argument or maybe some cold or harsh energy between you and this person, okay? Maybe that's just you two, we need to move things along. Things are feeling a bit, there's indecision here. So let's have a look at this 4 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay, Capricorn. So there's something about, it's been a bit indecisive or stuck, and there's been maybe some reactivity with that Queen of Swords in the reverse. And it also could be that there's, there's a seriousness now about okay, need to persevere, need to move forward. This person could be wanting to definitely travel towards you. I mean, even if it's just a car ride, this would be coming over and seeing you, or there could be some discussion now about the future after 9 of Cups in the reverse. Could be the harsh energy, could be are you being a bit self-serving? It's a kind of a selfish, it's definitely fun and pleasure. It's not necessarily traditional values and long-term commitments, right? And the Queen of Wands in the reverse also, that's maybe passion and chemistry between the two of you, that there's been maybe some seriousness and okay, you have to come unstuck or a decision has to be made on the future. Queen of Wands in the reverse also can be a little bit of it's the mean girl or the mean guy of the tarot, guys, and I'm not saying that in a loaded way, but there might have been some kind of friction, Four of Cups, okay? Because maybe a bit of a feeling of like rejection, like, okay, where is this going? Is this just fun and games? Is this serious? Yeah, the Magician card in the reverse. On their end, I mean, it looks like unfulfilled potential. So it's like, let's move this along because there is unfulfilled potential, but there has been stagnancy. I mean, why do we have all this stagnancy? There's a Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, there's Three of Wands, like waiting, thinking about the future, waiting. Some of you, again, that's got to do with distance, okay? And then that's caused, I would also read Nine of Cups in reverse, maybe just distance and like lack of pleasure, okay? Like, right? But, you know, Three of Wands now thinking about the future, and we've got Four of Wands about house and home, marriage, long-term commitments, etc. That's also, you know, reunion energy if you have like had a stalling, and there's been some disappointment. So this is the reading in this moment based on, you know, the current energies. That's not bad, Capricorn. I'm going to have a look at you. This reading doesn't have to be for everyone, guys. My readings don't. So don't take anything that's not yours. And also it's just like we can tweak it anyway. But let me get to you. We've got Virgo, Gemini energy, Cancer energy, Taurus. Yeah, I think I said that, didn't I? Okay, so Capricorn, how do you feel? Five of Wands. There's been maybe some tension or conflicts, maybe because of this feeling of like this is a little stuck. Ace of Pentacles, you're focused on something serious. Ace of Pentacles is about commitments, okay? So maybe it's been a little bit like stagnant when it comes to like the next phase or the commitment. Page of Pentacles, the offer, the opportunity. An Empress card. Okay, so Capricorn, you're focused on nurturing the situation. You feel like you want to expand. So even if you are in something that does involve like a level of exclusivity, then this would be about taking things to the next level, house and home, family. For others of you, you know, that's sort of where it's been feeling like it's heading, but then the circumstances or distance or indecision, lack of focus on the connection has caused this kind of disappointment. Okay, so let's have a look. Four of Swords. So it could go a little bit like having to take a step back, think about it, think of processing. Okay, so you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, where is this going to go? All right, we've got Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we've got, why do we have King of Swords in the reverse and a Queen of Swords in the reverse? There seems to be maybe some reactivity between you and this person, Capricorn, or there's been lack of clarity and communication maybe about like the way forward. Now, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, there could be like also, because we have a 10 here. So this is like house and home, the future, assets, all that kind of stuff. Now, some of you might, either you're aware that this person has an issue in feeling confident in that department, like work, career, finances, and you question like whether this can move forward properly because that's like affecting the connection in some kind of way. I mean, some of you deal with a person that works at a distance from you, or others of you feel like that's just really the stalling, and maybe it can get a little frustrating, okay? This person might also feel like they're disappointing you in some kind of a way, or there's a fear of not really being able to deliver the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the World, so it's in the reverse, a little bit of round and round, right? So I said it's a little stagnant or stuck, or it's in this check in the way it's been perceived and the energy between the two of you, because we've got Emperor card in the reverse and I saw an Empress. So there's some kind of maybe frustration, like wanting this person maybe to step it up or take control of matters, be more stable. There's also like Capricorn, what I'm seeing is it can maybe feel a little cold or detached. Okay, that just could be an energy that's like, because Emperor card can be a little bit that shadow energy. So maybe sometimes you question this person's feelings or emotions. You know, and that's where this sort of like feeling of disappointment or rejection or reactivity with this King and Queen of Swords can be a bit like that, okay? I mean, Emperor card in the reverse, this is the round and round, waiting for someone to step up to the plate and like take control of matters. I mean, some of you are dealing with a boss figure or someone that's very career focused, but maybe they've been like going round and round on that, not really achieving their goal or something like that. Which we don't need to make as a condition for moving forward, guys. Again, like people out on the outside and your specific person, they're a mirror, okay? So if you're new, you'll understand you can look at my other content, you can look at other content online, but they're your thoughts and assumptions push out. You can experience different versions, and whatever we focus on just continues as an issue. So we don't need to put conditions on manifestation. So if you keep saying, well, it's because of their work, or it's because they are struggling with this or that, or the distance could be a factor, or whatever your situation is, you're kind of spotlighting that, and then you're bringing it moment by moment into awareness as an issue. And it can change in a moment. Even in this check-in, it looks like that, you know, they're persevering towards a goal. They seem like a serious person. They seem like a person that is interested in traditional values, long-term commitment. You might be a bit frustrated thinking that it's, you want them to step it up. So say they've stepped up. Put yourself in the end. Think as if from the end. They're very responsible. With our communication, we're very open. We're on the same page. If you want them to be a little bit more loving or affectionate or communicative in that way, you also can, guys. You can absolutely. So project that outwards and assume that's how they show up. Yeah, there's the Justice card in the reverse. Okay. And then the Chariot card. You both have the Chariot card. The Justice card in the reverse in this case, guys, is just this feeling of maybe imbalance. And some of you have had some kind of, in the recent perceived past, like the way in which you've communicated has gotten a bit harsh, and maybe there's this sense of wanting balance, justice, fairness, or you want them to come in and make something right, like communicate with you in a certain type of a way, or maybe you feel like you've been giving too much to the situation. And that also the round around, I mean, some of you, there's unfinished business outside of your connection in relation to legal matters, exits like marriage, divorce, and finances. I wasn't getting a third party situation, guys, or contracts like work contracts or something that creates an imbalance between the two of you. I just have to point that out because that's the Justice card. Could be the round and round. So again, it doesn't have to have a bearing on you and the trajectory, guys. You can actually say everything, you just got to go to your end in your mind and all the pieces move for you, right? We've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's this back and forth, back and forth. It could be issues, again, to do with work-life balance, priorities, choosing the connection, stepping it up with the connection, maybe back and forth also because of like a move or a relocation is required or travel, you know. I will get Oracle cards as well. Yeah, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You want it to shift for the positive, but you feel like it goes round and round. Guys, I also have a free link in the description box of the video that is inside, it's from inside my course Shifted, talking about how we can actually literally shift a dynamic faster than what you would imagine by letting go of old awareness, which is what I've been talking about. Like we're aware of conditions or aware of an old version of a person, the way they have appeared. So if you feel like this person seems cold or indecisive, some people like to say they're avoidant, they don't open up or whatever it is, check out the link in the description box because it's going to explain to you how to do what I'm telling you, like shift your assumptions and your thoughts, and by shifting your identity, and they're you pushed out. So it'll explain it. But we've got Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and you do want the success. You want the success. Maybe you also want more attention. Okay, they're so attentive. All right, so we have to take our focus off what appears to be an issue now, and now you can shift it from this reading, okay? But you want the success with them, but there seems to be round and round issues. Maybe you're also aware that this person's waiting for their fortune to shift or a shift in their financial matters. So again, why don't we say we're perfect, they're doing so great, or they're so committed to me. If you have this assumption that you're still waiting and they're going round and round, or they haven't decided what to do about certain issue, then you just need to say, okay, no, we have a perfect relationship, we're together. If there's issue to do with house and home, guys, I mean, you can say, no, we're moving in together. We're moving in together. I mean, it could happen in a couple of weeks. Like things are moving in the background like you have no idea, plus thought transmission, etc. So project outwards what you would like them to reflect back. But a Chariot card, positive movement forward for both of you, I would say. I mean, you're matching on that level, and that's a higher spiritual card. I'm going to bring it back to the tarot. There just seems to be some frustration here, King and Queen of Swords, and maybe also lack of clarity and discussion about this way forward. So that's maybe something that's like going round and round. It's like it could be a bit of like, okay, well, where is this going? Where is this going? How's this going to happen? And maybe you're frustrated. You want them to take the lead. So if you want them to take the lead, an assumption might be, guys, and again, because I mix these two areas, an assumption might be like they never take the lead, they never make the move, they're not being clear about what's the plan or something like that. So you have to shift your assumption about them. No, they always take control of matters. They're so proactive. Whatever it is you want, they're literally your selection. So you can recreate them with your mind, or you can tweak the behaviors, etc. So what's going on? Yeah, there's this like cold shoulder. It also says distance, guys. Okay? Cold shoulder, distance, separation. Now, I would say that separation, either physical distance, or you might have sometimes some tense words with this person, Capricorn, and that causes a feeling of distance. Cycles, see? Cycles, it goes a bit round and round, okay? And that's the world. So Capricorn, if you're tired of the cycle, you can shift the cycle like so fast, okay? Literally by shifting your perspective, version of Capricorn, and what you assume you're about them. That's it. Because we have, all right, self-love. So there's an issue here. This person, there's a rejection wound a little bit, like, okay, this is going round and round. Then there's a King and Queen of Swords in the reverse. You could get a bit tense with this person. Taking back control. So some of you also feel like you're frustrated because you feel like you're not in control of matters, or you feel like you want this person to take control. Let's see what else. What are they feeling? Okay. In another relationship, Netflix and chill. Okay, for some of you, liar, deception in another relationship with communication, expressing feelings. I didn't see a third party, guys. I see there could be an ex, or there could be financial matters that are at play. But what could be happening is one person could be tying something up. Another person could be waiting to move ahead. And the feeling is you're not really reciprocating, or giving me what I need, okay? They seem to want to communicate their feelings. We have Netflix and chill, or there's actually just maybe this kind of, because of the indecisiveness, there's some trust issues, because King and Queen of Swords in the reverse, it's on both sides not feeling like clear with one another. What is this? So maybe filling in the gap, like if there's distance, or there's just trust issues going round and round. It's like, are you playing me? Are you sneaking around? I didn't see like third party literal energy, but I did say to you at the beginning that there can be some of like a rejection wound or a frustration going on around, like, is this fun and games, or are we like, do we have the future plan? Is this cemented? Are we on the same page? Okay, so then Capricorn, all you need to do is make that decision. They equally, Capricorn, could feel like you have other people around you, but you don't need to be so concerned about that. You just would need to be like, go to your end in the now. We're perfect. We're committed if you want the commitment. We have a great relationship with consistency, guys. Okay? Repeat, 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 or embody the version of Capricorn that has the relationship you want. What's going on here? Attraction. There's definitely attraction. What else is there? Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so there's just these cycles. The cycles, guys, honestly could just be frustration with one another, like with going round and round, self-confidence issues, literally, because it says self-love, mutually feeling like, are you rejecting me, back and forth. So it only takes you, Capricorn, to decide, of course I'm not rejected. This person's totally all about me. Yes, they're my soulmate. Yes, they are attracted to me, but they're also stepping up. They step up to the plate. They're totally all about me, whatever it is, okay? So you can check out the Q&A session linked in the description box of the video. They want to end the cycle. You're communicating with this person. There may be this holding back on expressing feelings sometimes, and that might also cause frustration. Looks like they want to communicate. There's a conversation. and an expression of feelings. Now, again, if you're in the habit of thinking this person never opens up or isn't expressive enough, you need to change the way you assume that they show up, and you're going to start experiencing that, okay? Because we even filter according to how we associate and our dominant thoughts and assumptions pushed out. So the person's going to show up in accordance with what we're expecting. Law of expectation, law of assumption, mirror principle. Okay, so we've got Libra energy, Aries energy over here. So yeah, Capricorn, this is a check-in in the moment. Even if it feels like there's been cycles and things are perpetuating, they're shiftable in a moment. It's just repeated awareness, okay? So, all right, guys, look, hope that resonated for some of you. Looks like this person has serious intentions. Looks like there's a little bit of this issue around communication and feelings, very easily tweakable. They're still very attracted to you. There was no denying that with the Nine of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Wands in the reverse, but I feel sometimes, Capricorn, there might be this kind of frustration and reactivity. Perhaps you feel that this person is not serious enough. So then affirm that they are, okay? All right, love you, Capricorn. I hope that resonated for some of you. I intend that it actually just guided some of you in essence, because you can apply this with whatever situation. And I'm sending you guys love, and I will check in with you in 2 weeks' time.